Hello, hello, good evening. Hear me? Yes. Can you please write in chat? Am I audible? Am I visible? I can see Raha, I can see Adya, Sharvi, Harihara. Yes. Okay. Good evening, friends. So, my name is Gaurav Bakliwal, and I saw this position. This is a very interesting and amazing position, and I could not stop myself analyzing this position. And I thought that let's do a detailed analysis and we learn together from this analysis. Now, my sincere request to you is please be interactive as much as possible. We are taking this session live on YouTube. You can watch n number of times, but I'll not be able to unmute you, but you can chat with me directly, and I would be more than happy to answer your queries as well. So let me share screen immediately, and let us take this question. Let us take idea. What is this position all about? Right. So this position, I think I messaged in few groups as well, and this is a position black to play. So before we discuss the solution, of course, chat, yes, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Harihara, yes. Okay, now you are asking me the answer. Queen B4. Hello, Nishchal, good evening. Now see, first of all, let us spend some time on the position and the player and the background. So this position is one of the most amazing positions in the history of chess. First of all, please understand this. This occurred in the real game. It is not a puzzle type black to play and win, white to play and win. It is not a puzzle. It occurred in the real game. The black player name is Mikhail Kreskenkov, Mikhail Kreskenkov. And he is right now from Poland. He was earlier from USSR, then Russia, and then he's now currently from 1995, 6 onwards. He is playing from the country called Poland. At one point in time, he has been in the top 10 in the world, and his highest rating had been 2630 types at that point in time. He was top 10. He has participated in various World Open tournaments. He has won quite a lot of them as well. And he has been selected for the World Cups as well. In fact, in 2021, he was selected for the Team World Cup. He has been a great coach, let me tell you. In fact, he has been in the training team or the coaching team of Vishwanathan Anand, V. Anand. So one of the trainers of V. Anand is the black player Mikhail Kresenkov. Coming to his education background, I feel very happy to tell you that he was very good in mathematics. In fact, he took maths as a main subject. And why I feel happy is that now some of you who know me here, I am also a maths professor actually. And my main work is also to train, teach maths, statistics, and so on. Okay, coming to Kresenkov, we have discussed everything. The white player is Lagunov, and I don't know much about him, but he was also a top player at that point in time. This game was played in 1985. Now, this position, Kresenkov had so many options, and this position teaches us to think. Whenever we are playing a game of chess, हम जब भी खेल रहे हैं, time चल रहा है, and we have got various ideas. तो कौन सी मूव अच्छी है? Which move is good? Which move will make us win the game? We are doing some kind of analysis. So please understand there is a lot of difference in puzzle solving and playing a real game. बहुत फर्क है. पहले तो आप ये समझ लीजिए. Puzzle solving में मेरे कई स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो बहुत बढ़िया चालें बताते हैं. क्यों? Why so? क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं माइंड में पता होता है पहले से. Black to play and win. Black to play and do a checkmate in 3 moves. यही पोजीशन गेम में आ रही है, घड़ी चल रही है, आपको पास कोई ट्रिगर नहीं है. देयर इज नो ट्रिगर. देयर इज नो ट्रिगर. So mic settings volume. Okay, let me make it. Okay, right. ओके फाइन. सो नाउ ये पोजीशन आ गई है और क्रेसेनकोव ने ये पोजीशन 1 घंटा सोचा है. 1 hour ही थॉट एंड ही फाउंड द विनिंग आइडिया फॉर ब्लैक. एंड ही वाज सो हैप्पी दैट ही शोड दिस पोजीशन टू लॉट ऑफ ग्रैंड मास्टर्स एंड इंटरनेशनल मास्टर्स. जैसा कि उन्होंने खुद ने कहा है, दिस पोजीशन इज टेकन फ्रॉम द बुक अटैक एंड डिफेंस, chapter number 2, wandering in the jungle. Very famous and very awesome article which is used to train the international master level people. तो ये पोजीशन कई लोगों को दिखाई गई एंड ओनली वन ऑफ देम वाज एबल टू सॉल्व इट करेक्ट. तो सबसे पहले माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, ब्लैक के पास रुक है एंड व्हाइट हैज टू बिशप्स. तो अगर आपको कुछ कॉन्क्रीट नहीं मिल रहा, लेट मी टेल यू द फॉर द पीपल हु आर प्रोबेबली बिगनर टाइप ऑफ पीपल, लिटिल बिगनर, white is having advantage in terms of material. Two bishops are superior than the rook. First of all, you must understand that. तो अगर कुछ कॉन्क्रीट नहीं मिल रहा है, मान लीजिए अगर कुछ कॉन्क्रीट नहीं मिल रहा है, दैट मींस व्हाइट विल विन द गेम. नाउ व्हाट आर द वेरियस मूव्स? लेट अस फर्स्ट राइट द मूव्स. यस, चैट पे लिख के बताइए व्हाट आर द वेरियस मूव्स. Queen A4. Abhir is telling Queen A4. Nishal is writing Queen D1. Queen B4 was written by Harihara for long time. Wow, what a nice audience. Queen D1 is move number one. Candidate move number one. Well done. Queen to A4 is move number two. The idea is rook to D1. Well done. Very good. Queen to B4 is move number three. The idea is if you capture here, I have a rook to D1 back rank checkmate. Well done. And of course, Nihira is also here with us. Nihira is a very strong chess player in Pune. Queen G4 is a move written by Nihira, which is also one of the candidate moves. The idea is rook to D1, and the second idea is, of course, queen into bishop, double attack. So first of all, my dear students, please understand all the candidate moves. First of all, first level analysis. He has taken full 1 hour to find the winning move. Don't expect we will finish in 5 minutes. Please. What are the candidate moves? Queen E5 is one of the moves as well. Attacking the bishop, attacking the queen, and inviting the queen to capture the deflection idea. Rook D1 can be a checkmate. तो ये सारी candidate moves अपने को मिल गई है. And queen to B2 is of course one of the moves as well. मान लो कुछ नहीं मिल रहा तो यार एक पॉन तो मार ले कम से कम, एंड गेम में देखेंगे. राइट. सो ऑल दीज आर आइडियाज. अब अपन स्टार्ट करते हैं. लेट अस डू द फर्स्ट लेवल एनालिसिस. तो सबसे पहली मूव जो दिमाग में आती है वो क्वीन D1 है. दैट इज स्टार्टिंग मूव, सबसे पहली चाल. बिकॉज इफ यू कैप्चर, बाय बाय, नाइस टू मीट यू, और मजा आया आपसे मिलके. आपसे मिलके खुशी हुई. खुशी की मम्मी ने खुशी के पापा को बोला. एनीवे, सो क्वीन D1 मूव नंबर 1. What is a white's best move here? King to F1, written by so many people so fast. King to F1. And now all of a sudden you find if I capture the king capture, there is no rook D1 check, there is no queen B1. But hold on, I can now play the move queen to H5 from here. And the idea is rook to D1. And the second idea is queen to G5. And the third idea is defending the bishop and defending rook D1. But after queen to H2, check तो आ ही रही है कम से कम. F3 is the move. F3 is the very good move there. And maybe after queen H1 check, king to F2, there is nothing good apart from queen H4 check. And this is one of the analysis which you can keep in mind कि और कुछ अगर नहीं मिला तो कम से कम यहाँ पे हम रिपीटेशन तो कर ही सकते हैं. क्वीन H1 H4 एंड सो ऑन एंड ऑन. कुछ तो आइडिया मिल ही रहा है क्योंकि वो किंग G1 नहीं जाएगा. लेट मी टेल यू, you will not go king G1 here. There is always queen to D8 available and queen to D4 available and so many ideas are there. तो ये आइडिया भी एक माइंड में है हमारे. You know, this idea is also there in the mind. तो coming back to the original question, queen D1 पे हमें समझ में आ गया कि king F1, queen to H5, and we are not getting much, but at least we are probably getting half a point. ये तो एक मिल गया. चलो नेक्स्ट एक चीज लेते हैं हम. What is the next thing? Queen D1, king F1. What about queen G4 here? What about queen G4? Queen D1, queen E1, queen D1, king F1, queen G4. I don't think इसमें कुछ मिलेगा आपको. Bishop to D2. इसमें तो आपको भाई साहब वो जो H2 पे एक pawn मिली थी वो भी नहीं मिल रही. Of course you can give a check here. Queen C4 check. queen e2, queen d5, and bishop e1. I think white is doing very well. We have been able to find nothing over here. कुछ नहीं मिला हमें. तो this analysis, queen d1, एक और बार कर लेते हैं. एक और आइडिया आया माइंड में. queen d1, king f1, queen g4, we have found nothing. Queen h5, bishop d2. What about queen b5 here? What about queen b5 check? Now again he has two options, queen e2 and king to g1. I think the simplest move here is king g1. Queen to b2, attacking bishop, bishop e3. And I think there is nothing concrete black has. Yes? Queen c3, queen c3, queen e2. He will not capture. Queen b2, queen e1 again is also there, queen c2 is also there. Okay, so coming back, we have not got anything much in the first analysis of queen d1. Let's take the move queen to g4. क्वीन c3 की जगह अगर हमने b4 खेला तो क्वीन c3 की जगह b4. लेट्स डू इट अगेन. एक और बात करते हैं. यहाँ पे इन्होंने बोला क्वीन b4. Again the idea is if you capture, there is a rook to d1 mate. So there is queen f1, there is queen c1. Various options are there. अब अगर क्वीन a4, अब क्वीन a4 तो क्वीन c8. भाई साहब, please look at your back rank as well. In this position, you must always look at the idea that there can be back rank ideas on yourself as well. Always take care of that. Okay, what about queen to g4? Let's take queen g4 now. Queen g4, the move is bishop d2. And again, there is nothing concrete. There is nothing concrete coming up. Queen d4 we want to play, bishop c3. Queen d1, bishop, you can just move away anywhere, e4. No problem. When you capture, the king can again come after rook d1. White can defend pretty well. So coming back, what about queen b4? Queen b4 was suggested by 2-3 people, and it is one of the very, very good candidate moves, my dear students. Queen to b4. Of course, you can't capture. There is a rook d1 idea. So Abir is writing queen c1. That is correct move. And what about rook c7? Attacking the queen again. If you capture, there is queen e1 back rank checkmate. And now the move is queen f1. Absolutely right. Again, there is nothing concrete coming up. You can capture b2 and he can probably play simple h3 as well. Nothing concrete is there. Now what? So first level analysis of queen d1, queen g4, queen b4 probably has not resulted in anything. Queen e5, I don't think this is worth analyzing because after bishop e3, there is nothing for black. So because you already have a better option of queen d1, queen h5. This is probably the best so far. What about move queen a4? Let's do this analysis as well. Queen a4. What is the idea? The idea is rook d1. What are the defense with white now? Yeah, I think I am back. So b3, are you able to comprehend, my dear students, that b3 looks very good move? Is it good or is it a blunder? B3. Yes, most of you have written, Abhir, Neera, Raha, most of you have written. B3 is a blunder. And the winning move is Queen A5. And it's a resign time. It's a resign time. No defense. There is no defense. One bishop will go for sure. For sure. So Queen A4 looks a correct idea here because B3 is eliminated. But again, the problem is Bishop D2. And now how to proceed? Nothing is there after Bishop D2. Maybe if you want Queen D4, you can try. But again, what you will get out of it? You can try Queen D4, attacking the bishop. Bishop C2. Queen D1, Bishop to E4. No problem. Black has found nothing so far. Okay, so this was the first level analysis which was done by the black player Krasenko, and as he himself said, around 35 to 40 minutes he spent, and he was considering Queen D1, Queen H5 as the best so far, which can offer him half a point. But since he has got time, and that is what I always say, although I am not able to implement myself, the people who know me, but you must always think and always have lot of time with you for such positions. You must do lot of thinking, and you must not spend your time when it is not required to be. If you have got some force move kind, why do you have to think 5 7 minutes on that? Now if you go a little deeper, the second level analysis, what will black do if queen c1? In which position, Harihara? Queen a4, queen c1. Queen a4, queen c1 is rook d1 check, no? Queen a4, queen c1 is rook to d1. There is a check to you. You have no time for queen c8. Acha, queen a5, b3. Okay, let us do that as well. No problem. Queen to a4, b3, queen a5. Now he is saying queen c1. No, 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 no. I'll still capture here. Because when you capture, there is a rook d1 mate. And if you play this check, then rook comes back with the support of the queen. The board geometry is such, the rook comes back. There is no back rank one. So all this is analyzed by the black player, and now he did the second level analysis. Queen a4, bishop to d2, and now he realized that when he was playing queen to, if you remember that analysis, queen h4, check, queen d8. If you remember that analysis, I'll show you again. Don't worry. Queen d1, king f1, queen to h5, bishop to d2, queen to h2, f3, queen to h1, king to f2, queen h4 check, king g1 is not good because he did find the move queen d8 in the mind. And a very, very strong idea of queen behind the rook. He got that idea in the first analysis itself. Queen behind the rook. He got that idea. Now in the second level analysis, he again went to queen a4, and after bd2, he can't play queen to d8 behind the rook. But then he got an idea of rook d6, which is what Abir is writing for quite some time. Rook d6, and now the move is queen d7. How is white going to stop this? What about this idea? Queen d7. And why rook to d6? So that we are not playing rook d5. Otherwise, he'll play bishop e4 and attack and so on. Rook d6 is the simplest move. Idea I am telling you is queen d7. This he found after 40 minutes. He got this idea of queen d7. Can you believe this analysis? Queen d7. What are the options with white now? Rook battery, rook queen battery. Well done, Abhir. Yes, it is called as battery. Queen d7 is my idea. Say, for example, if he plays a time pass move h3, trying to take square, queen d7, attacking the bishop. If you don't do anything, I'll capture one bishop and I'll exchange up one rook versus one bishop, clear winning for black with extra pawn as well. If you move the bishop anywhere, for example, c3, rook d1, and it's game over. It's game over. So, in other words, rook d6 has got a very meaningful threat. It has got a very meaningful threat. Don't you play bishop e3 or bishop c3 directly. I will not even play queen to d7. I will directly go rook d1. What is the option with white? What can you play here? b3. b3 is still queen d7. Again, no defense. Okay, the option with white, which black calculated after a long time in the analysis, is queen to e2. Queen e3 is written by Karthik. Let's see queen e3. Queen e3, the problem is there is a direct check. You are inviting check directly, and the bishop is attacked. And if you play back the queen even, I have option of queen into d2, rook d2. I have option of queen into queen, and then rook d1. Various options are there. So coming back, my dear brother Vaibhav is also there, my love of my life. He's asking why not king f1. Okay, let's take king f1. In fact, that was played in the game, so we'll come back to it later. What about queen e2? What about queen e2 in the analysis? Black thought of queen e2. Now, if you play queen d7, oh my god, bishop to e1. And I think white has defended pretty well. How will you move forward now? Queen e2, queen to d7, bishop e1. If you play rook d1, there is no threat. Bishop e4. And all of a sudden, you will find that white has defended the game. Yes, Abir. Yes, Abir. Yes, yes. Yes, Neha. Very good. So now, after a long analysis, black realized that even after rook d6, queen to e2, queen d7 is not resulting in anything. And here comes his third level of analysis, which started after 53 minutes. And he now found the move instead of queen d7. What about the move queen d4 now? Queen d4 now, attacking the bishop. And the difference is now I will go d1 with a check. Please understand the difference. And your queen is not having support. So if you play bishop to e1, for example, I still have queen d1. Attacking your queen, attacking the bishop on d1. What move you will play here? Queen e4? Yes, only move. And what is the move? Black has already thought everything. When he played the move queen a4, he thought everything in the mind. That is why this position is one of the greatest positions ever as far as positional chess is concerned. And most of you have written correct move f5, and it's resign time. There is no defense. The queen has to give one bishop. f5. What a move. Even if you play queen e5 attacking the rook, your pieces are all emprise. And there is a checkmate. So coming back one more time, my dear students, rook d6, queen to e2, queen to d4. What else can you do here? What about the move queen b5? What is the answer? What is the answer for queen b5? Don't capture the bishop in a haste. Queen e8 is your back rank checkmate. The simple move here is rook to d8. Yes, rook d8. Save your back rank. My threats are still there. My threats are still there. And what about the move here? Bishop e1, queen d1, and queen a5. If you capture the bishop, your rook is bye-bye. You have to be careful. So what is the move here? Very easy, come on. Rook d5 is written by various people. Well. Rook d5 is, I am not saying it's bad, but why not b6? Simple move. Why not b6? Attack the queen, stop this line, and now again there is an idea here. But of course, rook d5 also you are doing the same thing, and you are attacking the queen, defending. And if we capture queen a7 with the idea of back rank, there is a clear queen even as well. So rook d5 is also correct move. But after queen c3, he is again doing some kind of problems to you, some kind of problems, and you have to play rook c5. Then I mean, you have to play some brilliant moves, which is not required, which is not needed. And at least he did not have all these analysis that time. He simply calculated b6, and black is clearly winning. So, my dear students, coming back again, queen to a4, bishop to d2, rook to d6, queen e2, queen d4. What an amazing ideas. And now queen d1 is coming. What else? Queen b5 we have seen, bishop e1 we have seen, bishop c3, e3, queen d1 is direct losing. What else? Okay, so finally black was able to see through everything. Now let me tell you what happened in the game. On rook d6, white thought for some time and played the move king f1. And he played the move king f1. He did not even play queen e2. And this is really a very bad move. Very simply, black was able to win. Can you please tell now? Very easy. What is the winning move here? Abir has written the answer. Very good. Pranjal has written the answer. Very good. What is the winning move? Take time, think, no problem. Very easy. Rishit Shah has written the answer. Anant has written the answer. Very good. Nishchal has written the answer. So now, queen d7 if you play, first of all, Vaibhav has written the answer, of course. Queen d7 if you play directly, first of all, it is also a nice idea. But let me tell you, after king to e2, it will become little complicated. And if you can win the game in a very easy manner, what is the need of creating complications? So coming back, the move here is queen b5 check. Wow. If the king goes back, then we will play our move, our original idea. And if he plays queen to e2, if he plays queen to e2, then the simple move is queen capture with the threat of queen b1 and with the threat of rook d2. Game over. No problem. So this is what happened in the game. Queen b5 check, king f1, and in this position, Lagunov resigned. And although black was very happy to win the game, but he was feeling a little bit disappointed that his main idea of queen d7 or queen d4 on queen e2 could not see the light of the real board, could not see the light of the real game. But all this part of analysis, and he spent exactly 1 hour. I would recommend you to please read this article. I would definitely tell you on chat. This is Wandering in the Jungle, chapter number 2, and the book name is very amazing book, Attack and Defense. Very nice book. And this analysis, and most of the students, I shared this with you position, and most of you have answered it absolutely correctly. But I thought to do this session because lot of ideas, and I thought I can add value to you while analyzing and calculation. from tomorrow there is a very big tournament in Pune, which is a classical tournament. So always see through where your time is going in calculations, on what moves you are actually thinking, and what is your level of analysis. Are you making a tree kind of thing in your mind with lot of branches or sub branches, and are you able to write the candidate moves in your mind? Okay, so let us take one more question, and this is a surprise question to you. This session is available on YouTube as well. You can check it later as well. White to play and win. Now, every one of you have to think right away. Can you think of the correct idea? And then we will stop after this chapter, after this position. White to play and win. First of all, white is attacking. You must see this position very carefully. Arey wah, Adya has already answered. Wow. That means, I don't know, he or she has already seen this position before. White to play. Queen is attacking. The king is completely open. If I can get my rook in the G file, it's thank you very much. Game over. King H8 cannot be the defense because Queen F6 check will come first. So first idea is to get the rook on G file somehow. Step number one. The second idea can be Knight G6, but then I don't know whether it will help you or not. Because Knight G6, what if he does not capture? And if he simply plays Rook E8, or even if he does not play Rook E8, there is always a bishop to come back. He can simply capture your knight. So Rook F4 is written by 2-3 people. Rook F4. Oh ho. Okay, right. So this is one of the classic questions which teaches us the idea of correct analysis, correct ideas. Rook F4, is it correct move? Rook F4, 2-3 people have written Rook F4. Some of you are writing that before Rook F4, you should play this move first and then Rook F4. Okay. Rook F4 is wrong. Queen G6 is written by Prahlad. Queen G6. Queen G6 is not correct, let me tell you, because H pawn will capture. You are right that bishop is pinning the F pawn. I understand your idea. But the H pawn will capture, then your attack will be finished. Rook F4 अच्छी लग रही है चाल मुझे. Rook F4. The idea is Rook G4. और अगर उसने pawn से मारा तो we'll also capture by the pawn. The idea is Rook will come to G1. ये हमारा idea है basically. G फाइल खुल गई. तो Rook F4 बढ़िया लग रही है चाल. But the problem is Queen F6 is also written by some of the people, including Mihira. Queen F6 idea is Knight G6, Queen H8 mate. बहुत लंबा खेल रहे हो, बहुत लंबी चालें लगा रहे हो. Queen F6, pawn into C3, Knight G6 और HG6 मार दिया तो HG6 मारा तो FG6 या फिर Queen G6, King H8 और उसने DC3 मारा ही नहीं तो करके देखें क्या. Queen F6 पे what if he plays the move Rook to E8, तब भी Knight G6. अब ये मेट हो रही है, मारना तो पड़ेगा भाई. FG6 बहुत अटैक है. White should win it. Lot of attack. Lot of attack is there. So Queen F6 will also win the game actually. Knight to D5. Somebody is writing Knight D5. Okay. My point is, why not Rook F4? Let us understand Rook F4. The idea is Rook G4 checkmate. If you play King H8, then Queen check. King will come back and Rook G4. So Rook F4, when I say you will have to capture, in the moment you capture, I capture. Now my idea is Rook G1 mate. How will you stop it? The problem is, as most of you have figured out, pawn into knight and the bishop opens and there is no Rook G1 available and game over. Now white will at best fight for a draw. At best. So coming back to original position, as now most of you have written the answer. If I move my knight somewhere Then the black's idea of opening this line will be finished. And now most of you have written the answer. Knight to a4 is the best move. This knight d5 also can be tried, but knight a4 was actually played in the game. This game was played between Alexander and Marshall in 1928. And why is this game very popular? One reason I have already told you the ideas. And the second reason is that Marshall used to be a very, very, very attacking player. If any one of you follows opening theory, there is Marshall attack, very famous against Roy Lopez, wherein he sacrifices a pawn. If you remember, there is a move of the century which was played by Marshall. If you remember, Queen G3 move, one of the best ever move when pin. Lot of things are pin. I took that in one of my sessions with chess with Gaurav Bakliwal season 1 and 2 both. That is Marshall. So this game is very, very significant as Marshall lost the game to Alexander in a brilliant, brilliant manner. So knight a4, pawn takes, rook f4, capture, and now capture. There is no defense to rook g1 idea. Game over. Coming back, why knight d5 doesn't work? What about knight d5? As somebody was selling knight d5 as well, and I also said knight d5 or a4, you have to do the analysis. Now knight d5, what about this? The point is pawn takes. And now if you play rook to f4, he will simply capture. And now when you capture here, the simple move is king h8. There is no queen f6 check available because the black queen protects the line of the queen open. So be accurate, my dear student. Once you get the idea, okay, fine, I have to just move the knight and then rook f4. And you might play knight d5 out of brilliancy. And you are like, wow. And later on, when you realize, you'll be like, oh, I was clearly winning. I was clearly winning. So who stopped you? You only. Be responsible for your actions. And then your growth will happen. Knight a4. What an idea. Got it, guys? Any question, anything, please write. So first of all, let me finish on the live session on YouTube. Then I'll interact with the students who are here. So thank you very much.